It's James. We're in the NetNewsLedger studio. I'm here with Ken Ogema. Ken is running for chief in the Fort William First Nation election that's coming up on April the 11th. Ken, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, James.
It's good to have you here. We've been starting to talk to candidates, and we're going to be putting the information out as quickly as we can. Tell our viewers and readers a little bit about who is Ken Ogema and why is Ken Ogema running for chief in Fort William First Nation?
Well, Ken Ogema. I am a Fort William First Nation band member, born and raised Thunder Bay, Ontario. Left Thunder Bay in the mid-90s. There was really no work for unskilled laborers. Joined the Armed Forces, which is something that was natural to me. In my early childhood, I was attached to the cadet program from ages 12 to 18. Just seemed natural fit joining the Armed Forces. Moved out west in the mid-90s. Was a infantry soldier for 3 years with 1st Battalion Princess Patricia's, and then 3 years thereafter with the reserve, on the reserve list. Met my wife in Alberta. Her and I, together, we raised our family, 4 beautiful children. So Ken Ogema, I'm a Fort William First Nation band member, deep-rooted history, a family man first and foremost.
Ken, what are the key issues in your view that Fort William First Nation needs to move forward? You're elected chief, what would you be doing?
Well, every election we hear promises of economic development and social development and housing. We hear promises of building our youth and capacity within our community. I mean, that's all fine. They do need to be addressed. Those are very serious issues within our community. But our community today needs to find a way to unite one another, unify as a community in whole.
So building capacity in the First Nation. You know, one of the issues, of course, for many people, and you were expressing it yourself, when you were young, you had to leave because there was no jobs. What can be done on Fort William First Nation to build hope for the youth?
Well, when we talk about capacity building, this is a topic that's discussed, quite widely during elections and throughout the 2-year terms for our sitting chief and councils. It's putting an agenda forward where we utilize the skill sets, the specialized skill sets within our own community to build our community, to move our community forward. So when we're talking about housing development, are we utilizing our own people in building these homes? We talk about road development. Are we utilizing our own people to build these roads? So when we talk about capacity building and building a community, it's building our community around our individual band members and the specialized skill sets each and every one of them have.
Now, there's been a lot of work started on the First Nation right now, and there's been a lot of controversy coming out of Fort William First Nations, particularly around the James Street Bridge. What do you think should be done in that area?
From the very beginning, I did reach out to Chief Marshall herself and had encouraged her to seek out those in our community that have sat at the table with CN. As we sit here today, we are now, about 16, 17 months after the burning of the bridge. Still no resolution or really no hope in sight of having that bridge reopened. In my opinion, it could have happened 25 years ago, as we discussed earlier on. The building of a new bridge, a unity bridge, so to speak. Plans that have already been in place. Fort William First Nation at this point in time, in my opinion, should be looking at moving in that direction so that we're not under the corporate thumb of CN. This way, we are sitting at the table as equal partners. No matter who's sitting at the table with us, Fort William First Nation then will have a say.
Is there anything else you'd like our readers and viewers to know about what you're doing? How do they reach you on the community? It's a small community, so if you're around, people probably can reach you, but how do people get a hold of you to find out more about your campaign and how to perhaps support you through it?
Well, communication is huge. Social media has been a great tool. It's also been used in the wrong way in some cases with respect to campaigning, but social media is a great way to get a hold of me. Ken Ogema on Facebook. I do answer my telephone call 99% of the time, but I always return 100% of my messages. So 780-782-6267 is my cell phone. You can go the old-fashioned way, ogemak@yahoo.ca for email. But yeah, I'm here, and I do come back to the community quite often leading up to the election if elected chief. 100% intend to stay here and live within our community, Thunder Bay. I don't see housing as an option at this point in time, because then that would put me ahead of the list of some of our members who have been sitting on those housing lists forever. But yeah,
Well, thank you for coming in.
thanks.
Big wish.
Okay. Can I see that?